What up, y'all? It's DJ AlphaTyler back again with another Mega Monday reaction. Ooh, my big cloud is just flying all around me right now. If y'all have missed it, we dropped a ton of content today. We sticking back to that original formula. Mega Mondays are going to be huge again. For a while, we struck away and we started making other days big and just trying to drop a ton of content, but I want Mega Monday to feel special. And so one special thing, y'all have been hitting up Mesus. I don't know why Mesus got so much attention on the channel. I mean, I do know why. He's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, I love the songs that I've reacted to. But I was surprised when I ran my last 4 weeks and saw that he was in the top 10 videos. And so we're going back to one of the early ones that y'all told me I needed to hit up. And I guess, I don't know how early this is. It looks like it was dropped in 2018. But it looks like he wasn't going by Mesus then. He was going by Charles Cossetti, which y'all told me is his real name. And so I'm excited to see what we got here. It's called Freepression. And so initially when I hear that title, what I think about is freedom and oppression kind of coming together, right? I think about how our freedoms are kind of... I'm a big fan of 1984. If y'all ain't read that book, I suggest going and buying it and reading that book. But I think about freedom and oppression kind of being intertwined with that title. And so let's see if I'm right. Let's jump into this song. I've talked enough getting started. I'm ready to rock. Let's hear what Mesus was bringing as Charles Cossetti. And I hope I'm saying his name right. But if I'm not, y'all can let me know down in the comments. Let's go.
I got a statement to make in the direction of depression. So depression, if you wouldn't mind stopping what you're doing.
Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, see, I'm looking at his hoodie right here. So we've got free. Dude is always wearing some interesting shirts and hoodies when I see these videos he's making. And even on his hat right now, he's got that colon, the closed parentheses, and then the colon for like a happy or sad face, depending on how you're looking at it. But he's also got here, you know, free expression, but it's got depression hidden in there too. And so dude's all about, I wonder if he made that hoodie, because I mean, I want one. And like, it's all about making you think, right?
Statement to make in the direction of depression. So depression, if you wouldn't mind stopping what you're doing in my mind for a second, I have something I need to mention. Cause see, I'm getting really tired of your suggestions of stepping off a bridge to my death or into an intersection of a street at noon. Or your 3 a.m. wake-up calls pressing on my chest since my adolescence, stressing my lungs in your hands, choking the past that I'm breathing through. See, if you think depression means someone is weak, you better think again. Listen, friend, living with depression is when you keep waking up wishing you didn't.
Oh, hold up, man. He's digging deep into what depression is right here. So we ain't even... I get it. Okay. Freepression is the name of the song. That was on his hoodie right there. It's not about freedom and oppression. It is about the free expression with depression in there. I got you. I see exactly where we're coming from. I took a minute. I got so caught up in talking about the hoodie, I didn't even catch the association. But I love what he's talking about here. You know, he's talking about that depression haunting him since he was an adolescent. He's talking about hating those moments, you know, where he feels like something's telling him to walk off a bridge or whatever, and really, you know, getting into, you know, it ain't a weakness to be depressed. You just got to see past that stuff.
And listen, friend, living with depression is when you keep waking up wishing you didn't.
Yeah.
Then using all of your strength within to lift that 2,000-pound bed sheet off you, when in reality it's paper thin. Another day begins by looking in the mirror, unclear of when or if those thoughts you hear to end. It all will ever end, but there's no time for that. You're running late again, so rinse your face off then. Put your car in gear and here we go off into the real world, where it's time to pretend. Yup, time to put that plastic smile on again, and pray to God for the strength to pour into your friends, so hopefully they won't see you falling apart within. Because how could someone who needs help possibly be helping them? That's the deception, and it works so well that the perception is I'm living in heaven, when the truth is...
Yeah, we gotta pause real quick before it gets any further, because, you know, he's talking right there about how You know, really the way that we get through our depression most of the time is to pretend that we don't have it. Instead of looking for help, instead of talking about those issues that we want to reach out and we want to lash out and all that about, you know, we have a tendency to just push that stuff down, and then we go out and we put on a fake smile and we pretend everything's good. We pretend we don't have issues. And it's like that with a lot of stress, not even just depression, but depression is the worst one, because we go out into the world and we decide that we're going to pretend we don't have these issues, and we start trying to help people and do things and do more for other people so that they don't see that we've got those issues covered up. And you know, I think so much about what he's talking about right here really applies to probably the majority of us most of the time. You know, nobody wants to go burden somebody that they can see is struggling with their own problems, even though sometimes your problems might be bigger than the ones that you're seeing in somebody else. And so, you know, look for the help.
And it works so well that the perception is I'm living in heaven, when the truth is every breath in hurts like hell. So hello, my name's Charles Cossetti, and I hope you're ready, cause I can't do this on my own anymore. So I'm asking for your help with holding something heavy.
Hey, that's strength right there though.
I don't. And yes, I'm a Christian man and understand that maybe I shouldn't swear, but where my mind is at right now, I swear I don't care. I just don't. So forgive me if this is R-rated, but our days are scarred and jaded, and I'm so far from saving that I'm literally saying R, referring to the thoughts.
Yo, you know what though? I love right there what he said. He's a Christian man, so he probably shouldn't be swearing, but he swears, you know, talking about being at the end of his rope and all that. And I mean, the fact is, people have this preconceived notion about Christianity. You know, one of my favorite phrases, you know, if we were all perfect people, if we didn't have issues, we wouldn't need Christianity, right? But one of my favorite things, you know, that we've really gotten to is that Christians should not pretend to be perfect. They shouldn't pretend that they're not hit with these issues, because honestly, you know, our faith that takes us, that saves us and all that, that faith does not mean that we don't have to deal with all these other struggles. And, you know, I really love where he's going in this track right here, you know, really going back and calling out his faith and talking about those issues that he hits, that he struggles with, that are related to this same thing. And, you know, I like the double play there, because he's saying he's a Christian, so he shouldn't swear, and you shouldn't swear, but then also, you know, cussing is kind of considered swearing, and I know that's probably something that he gets framed about because he says some cuss words in his songs and stuff. If you're focused on that and you're trying to deny someone's faith because of that, then you're in the wrong. I mean, it's the bottom line. But I love where he's going with this, and I love that he's not shying away from that part of his identity too.
Bombarding my brain, man, it's like this. I'm in a relationship with self-hatred, it's sick. And I wish I could explain the twistedness of my heart and my soul screaming, live! But still being drowned out by one little whisper in my mind. Quit. Yeah, quit like your father did. You're done, son, another rerun. I'm your fate too, boy. I'ma break you and take you from your family like I did him. And that'll make two. But today you're gonna listen. I'm sick of your lies no more. When you say no one would miss me when I die, I'm sure the pain of living inside this war is way less than quitting with my family left crying at the morgue. So the war's on, and I am no longer concealing you, and I am no longer healing you with a mask and vast array of legal drugs, the gloves dealing that I take just to deal with you. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with you, and what people do or say to me is cool, but I can no longer not speak on you. So judge all you want, but I can't budge, I'm stuck. Wheels in my head are spinning in a rut. Have to rut until my motor blows up, or I run out of gas and all the progress I made from the past takes 10.
Yeah, we'll back up for a second, but really what he's talking about is latching on to something. You know, he mentions his dad. I'm guessing his dad took his own life, and that's terrible. You know, but he's saying, you know, that same voice is in his head saying, you know, just go. It's time to go, just like his dad went. And I mean, what I noticed though is that he's latching on to you know, how miserable his family would be, how much pain and suffering there is from his family if he takes that route. And so, I mean, that's what it comes down to. You know, when we face these things, what we always have to remember is to latch onto those things that we need to stick around for, and those people that we are the strength for, and we are the glue for, and we're what grounds those people, right?
Blows up, or I run out of gas, and all the progress I made from the past takes 10 steps back. Fast. Matter of fact, I've conditioned my mental condition to the point that thinking optimistic is the opposite direction. So how about this, depression, just between me and you? After all the deception that you had me believe was true, and all the rejection I received from you, and all the blessings I overlooked cause all I seen was you, and all the questions of my value and doubting my dreams coming true, all the antidepressants until all I eat, sleep, and breathe is you, that all I'd ever feel is you. But no, I ain't feeling you. You're the reason my beliefs are skewed, and why I listen to misconceptions that all I'll ever be is you. But I'm a child of the king, so I'll be damned if I kneel to you. Right now I'm changing everything. This my stand for.
Yeah, well, again, shouting out that faith. He says he's a child of the king, so he'll be damned if he kneels to fear and depression and all that. And honestly, I mean, just the way that came across in this track, just such a strong line. I mean, that he used right there, and I'm with that.
I'll be damned if I kneel to you. Right now I'm changing everything. This my stand for a destiny that's new, a destiny that's true, not the destiny that you say it will be. Truth is, there is way too many people praying for me, night and day on their knees, for your lives to ever have their way with me. So today it's we, not just me, but we will all agree to be everything that we were meant to be, everything that we would dream when we were free. In kindergarten as a kid, my heart could clearly see sufficient provision for every need in all the world, and all were cured of every disease. Irony is, depression keeps setting in its pessimism like a disease, and now it's killing me. Or at least it used to be. Choosing these chains of slavery, claiming these mistakes that I've made define me, when in all actuality, they really just refine me. Finally, I see the light. Finally, I see what's right. Not I, but we need to fight to finally feel what freedom's like. Cause freedom's like a fairy tale for those who know depression, and there's no question, I know it very well. Even though you could barely tell, for those who don't, picture being buried in hell, and you can barely inhale. And any air that you inhale, you guard with your life like a letter of mail when you're in jail.
Man, he's talking on this, you know, talking about how people who see him really couldn't see what he's going through, and that he's got all these streaks and all these lots and everything, but you know, he's really going through this dark time. And I love where he's going with this, and I've already got in mind how I'm gonna finish this reaction up, but we'll wait. We'll let this last 45-50 seconds play out. But definitely, this is one of the best tracks for some different reasons that I've heard in a minute.
Any air that you inhale, you guard with your life like a letter of mail when you're in jail.
Yeah.
Cause that's where you are. Except these bars don't have to stay locked. You don't have to do a life sentence. There's a way out.
Man, and right there too, he's talking about that letter that you're holding on to when you're in jail, because you wait for that mail to come in. But he's saying that's where you're at, but you don't have to stay in that place, right? You can reach out, you can get some help.
And that way already died for you. And for you call me preachy, please see, I'm not holding the Bible, dude. I'm just holding to what I know's true. And you can too. Please don't see me as the exception. I'm just a messenger that you can be free of depression. All you need is the key. And the key that freed me can free all. All you need is belief. And you will find Freepression.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy how he tied the whole thing into his faith. There's hope, there's help, and he's got the hotline right there. Man, that was awesome though, because at the end, you know, he comes back and he's talking about what freed him from his depression. You know, all you need is belief, and you can have that key too. And it's great to have his platform, have his kind of, you know, demeanor and all that, and still be coming back to faith. And so this track comes across to me, and I know it was longer, I know this has been a longer reaction, but there was a ton to look at in this song. And it's a ton that's actually real. But, you know, what really hits me is that this track kind of comes a word or kind of comes across to me like if it were a spoken word or something like that. And so, you know, it's almost more poetry than it is rap. And it's amazing to me how much he fit into this track, really talking about, you know, his feelings and where he's at with God, you know, how he uses that faith and that relationship to overcome, you know, his depression and his struggles, and you know, really relating to how we go about our struggles with depression and all that. I don't think there's a person who can't relate to this video. But really, when we talk about real, true depression, you know, and we talk about that crippling feeling, you know, if you know what that feels like, then you know, just how hard it is to even, you know, the best example I can think of is when I was younger. You know, just how hard it would be to even, you know, worrying about money or something like that. You know, little things that I would get depressed about. How hard it can be to even look at your bank account when you know that you've got a bill coming up due, or maybe, you know, due in a couple of days, whatever the case may be, and just those layers of depression that you don't even think about sometimes, that really just kind of hit you and take over and want to cripple you. So I love how he brought all that together in this track. I love this track, and I love, again, you know, I didn't really talk about it too much in the last couple of reactions to Mesus, but I love how willing he is to kind of explore his faith while he's talking about these issues and this track and all that. So I'm done talking. We've already hit about 17 minutes with this reaction. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Hopefully you guys are staying safe, taking care. If you like the reaction, or if you like the video, like the reaction, I'm trying to remember what I usually say. If you enjoyed the reaction, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm DJ AlphaTyler. I hope you guys are taking care, and I'll catch y'all